Welcome aboard here on the Sports Desk, my friends. Hope you're enjoying your Friday night. I'm Scott Stanford, and folks, what a program we've got as actor and New York sports nut Steve Schirripa here as we gear up for the start of his Knickerbockers' new season. We're going to wrap up his Yankees season. And Steve, when I say sports nut, I mean that with the
Usually
with the
it's just nut.
I mean that with the utmost love.
Put the sports in there. Nut Steve Schirripa.
How you doing, my
Good,
friend?
buddy.
Listen, I know you're a huge Yankee fan. We see you at the games all the time. Let's start with them. Jeter wraps up his career. Give me your thoughts on that. And I also want to know what you think about A-Rod coming back. Is he going to be the guy? If he does well, are people going to embrace A-Rod?
Well, absolutely. That's a given. All he's got to do is hit, bat 285, hit 25 homers, 85 RBIs.
Right.
They'll forget everything. Really, they will forget everything. People hate A-Rod. They love him. They love to hate him. They will give him Yankee fans will give him a chance.
Do you think a year off from baseball, I mean, he's got the bad hips. I mean, everybody's talking about there's no way he can come back and be even close to what he was.
It'd be amazing if he can. I don't know if he can or he can't. I mean, he's a baseball, diehard baseball guy. I mean, he loves the game. Maybe he can. I mean, I'd love to see him. I don't want to see him fail. I don't know. I don't know if he could have done it without the bad hips.
Right.
He said, well, how old is he now? 39?
Now, speaking of Yankees, I know you've got a great Reggie story for us, but we're going to do that after the break because I want people to build. This is a funny story that you told on Conan.
I don't know if Reggie thinks it's funny, but whatever.
All right, now let's go over to your other favorite team, the New York Knickerbockers. We see you courtside all the time. We know you bleed Nick Orange.
Yeah.
New season coming up. Just yesterday, earlier in the week, Carmelo says he is the most underrated superstar in the league. What 122 million. What's he talking
Did he really
about?
say that?
Yeah,
I don't know.
yesterday.
Listen, I'm a Knick fan. I'm not one of those guys. When they're hot, all the celebrities come out, actors come out, rappers come out. I've been there since I'm a kid. You know what I mean? I am a Knick fan. I think we're going to have a good season. I think Phil is putting a whole new light on the entire, team, inside, outside, off the court, on the court. I feel, and I've been told, I saw Carmelo a couple of weeks ago. I think they feel it too. I think Bogdanović's going to have a good season.
Yeah.
He's back with Calderon. Those are his best years in Toronto. I think he's going to really make a difference this year.
Do you like the Derek Fisher move? Are you surprised that Kerr gave it up?
I very much, but I'm fine. I think Derek Fisher's fine. He's a student of the game. He's a student of Phil's. I mean, he's a winner. Let's put it that way. He's a winner, and I don't think he's not intimidated. He's not intimidated with the players. I mean, he's a new guy, but Jason Kidd was a great coach his first season.
I want to touch briefly on the Giants. All right, I know you don't follow football.
I'm not a huge football fan.
But as a New York guy, it's funny because I know you listen to sports radio, and everybody was bashing Eli with preseason and the first 2 weeks. But isn't it amazing how they win 2 games in a 5-day span? They're now 2-2. It pretty much erased everything.
Well, this happens all the time. But the real fans, the real Giant fans, all the real Jet fans, they stick it out through and through. Like I said, it's just like with the Knicks, guys with the Nets. I mean, even the Mets, the poor Mets, people are still diehard Met fans, and I love that. Don't just switch, you know what I mean? Yeah. Come on, stick with the team.
And it's amazing. Speaking of diehard sports guys, I know I don't want to touch on it too much, but James Gandolfini, one of your good friends, passed away, as we know. He was, when it came to Rutgers football,
he went to Rutgers. He was a big football fan. I think he was a big Jet fan. He used to go to quite a bit of games. Jim was a big guy, a really big guy. It's hard to believe it's over a year since he passed away. He was a really good guy. He's a lot of fun to be with, and it's a shame. It's a real shame. He's being nominated into the New Jersey Hall of Fame.
Jersey Hall of Fame.
He's going to be inducted in November.
Steve Schirripa, don't move a muscle because when we get back, we're going to have more with Steve. We're going to talk about Uncle Steve's sauce and that very funny Reggie Jackson story I was telling you about. Plus, it is time for our Chevrolet Play of the Week, brought to you by our good friends at Chevrolet. Find new roads. Want to take you back to Tuesday night in Kansas City.
Now looking for a 2-out hit. Pass through into left field. The Kansas City Royals are walking off into the ALDS.
This is Steve Wilkos from the Steve Wilkos Show. Don't move a muscle. The Sports Desk with Scott Stanford is coming right back.
right, back here on the Sports Desk. Steve Schirripa hanging out with us on this Friday night. We're going to talk about Uncle Steve's sauce in just a moment. But first of all, Steve, I heard you tell a fantastic Reggie Jackson story a while back on
I don't know
Conan.
if Reggie thinks that.
Reggie still hasn't spoken to you since.
Listen, we were at a charity event, and it was a daytime charity event where, like, the stockbrokers, they give all the commissions. It was for kids' charities.
Right.
Couldn't be a nicer charity. Every New York person was there, from Michael J. Fox, Jorge Posada. I mean, every sports guy, every model, all New York people. Everyone's nice. You're taking pictures, hundreds of pictures with people. I'm with a buddy of mine from my neighborhood. I brought him with me to meet all the guys. I said, Reggie, would you mind taking a picture with my buddy? And he goes, yeah, all right, come on, hurry up. And I don't know what to say. I take the picture. I said, I met you last year. And he goes, oh, yeah, I remember now. Like a real smart aleck.
Did he check your ID?
Like a real smart aleck, right?
Right.
So, all right, I kind of felt this big. The security guard comes over to me and says, listen, man, I just want to tell you, if this makes you feel any better, Reggie used to come to my friend's restaurant years ago in the 70s, and he used to come in, he ordered a shrimp cocktail. The guys in the back shoved them up their butt, and then they put it back in the dish, and they watched him eat it. He said, maybe that makes you feel better.
Did it make you feel better?
It kind of makes me sick, but it's a good story. I said, don't mess around with people with your food. Don't ever go out to dinner with Reggie Jackson. That's the moral of this story.
But let's transition into Uncle Steve's pasta sauce.
Uncle Steve's sauce. Look, I never.
Rave reviews.
It's in Whole Foods everywhere. It's in all across the country. Slowly getting bigger and bigger. We've been doing it now 6-7 months. I've never eaten a jar of sauce until this one. It's all organic, gluten-free, kosher. It was my mother's recipe. My mother passed away last year. We made it better, and I'm telling you, you're going to like it.
All right, are you ready for the Steve Schirripa quiz right now?
Let's do it.
5
I don't know
questions.
if I'll get any right. But
Gentlemen, hit my music. There it is. All right, here we go, Steve. First thing that comes to mind. You're a big sports fan. If you could have been a pro athlete, what sport would you be playing?
Basketball.
Basketball it is. You love to cook. Steve's sauce, when you're in the kitchen, only one song on your iPod while you're cooking. What song could that be?
I would do Into the Mystic.
Into the Mist?
Van Morrison.
Figured you for
I know you're going to go with the Sinatra, but that's too
easy, right?
Too easy.
All right, I give it to you. Greatest sports movie of all time?
Hoosiers.
Hoosiers, nice, Gene Hackman. Next one, multiple choice, wait for the answers. On The Sopranos, what was the FBI's code name for Tony and Carmela's house? Was it A, Pasta Fazool, B, the Spaghetti Warehouse, C, the Sausage Factory, or D, Prosciutto di Parma?
Wow, I have no idea. I'm going to go with C.
FBI's code, you are correct, sir.
Right.
The
Wow,
Sausage
that's a good
Factory.
one. That's
Very
a tough
nice.
one.
Favorite sports moment of all time, which one is it?
Willis Reed comes out, Game 7.
I had you for Miracle on Ice.
Nah, I like hockey.
Willis comes out. That's your favorite of all time.
And you know what? Walt Frazier had the game of a lifetime. No one gives him credit for that.
All right, before we go, Falcons and Giants. Who do you like?
Giants, of
Gotta
course.
go with Giants,
Of
right?
course.
Also, Jets are in San Diego. Who do you like?
Jets,
Go
I
Jet.
like. I'm not going to go against the teams. Come on.
All right, Steve Schirripa.
Are we betting? I don't know if we're betting. It's a different story.
That's your Sports Desk for this Friday, October 3rd. Thanks again
Hey,
to Steve
thank you.
Schirripa for hanging out with us tonight. Go buy some Uncle Steve's sauce. The stuff is amazing. I'm Scott Stanford. For all of us here at Wpix 11, have a great weekend, everyone.